Hey y'all, watch this.
Hi friends, welcome back to Rooted in Texas. My name is Nina. So, I just realized that I haven't done a proper canning video to clean your jars. And I know a lot of y'all are already harvesting, at least all my brothers and sisters in the south. I don't know about the people in the north. I think they're just starting to get in their peppers and tomatoes in. But I know a lot of us in the south, we are already experiencing the plethora of tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, squash, whatever it may be that you're going to be canning. Let's go through some, I say it's proper, but I don't know. You tell me. So I hope that you enjoy, and let's learn something together. I'm going to turn you around and we're going to get started. Alrighty, so let's get into how we're going to clean our jars. It's very important that you inspect your jars, make sure there's no cracks in it, because sometimes they will crack. And if there's a crack, that means there's spoilage. You also want to check the rim. Make sure that there's no like jagged edges around the rims, because that can also not do a proper seal when you're canning. So that's what I'm going to do here. Alright, so our jars look good. So what we're gonna do now is put some hot water, as hot as you can stand. I know it wreaks havoc on our hands, drying them out. Make sure your sink is clean. You're going to use as hot water, as hot as you can stand. You don't need too much water. Put a little Dawn soap inside of it. I also like to use a little vinegar. This is just to keep, maybe like a tablespoon. This is to keep your glasses nice and clear. After a while with the hard water, sometimes it'll start fogging up. So you want to like make sure that you just take care of your jars. They're very expensive and you want to try to preserve them and keep them as long as possible. So either with a shop rag, since they're more like a cloth, or a just a regular dish towel, you can wash it very carefully, of course, or you can use one of these. You don't want to use, this is a baby one where you can wash your bottles. You don't want to use nothing too abrasive, because it will scratch the inside and the outside of your jars, and that will cause them to start looking foggy as well. I know whenever I like to store my goods, especially jams and stuff, you want a nice clear jar, so you know it's like appealing to the eye. And like I said before, you spend so much money on your jars, you want to try to take care of them as much as possible and for as long as you can. So I'm going to go ahead and wash these. Since I can get my whole hand in there, I'm not going to use the little brush. So you just want to make sure you wash it really, really good. Make sure you get everything inside, outside, all of it. You also want to be careful that they don't knock into each other, because that can also cause breakage, chipping. They're all washed, so now we're gonna just rinse them out with warm water. Alrighty guys, and then from here I just like to let the water out. And then we're gonna just rinse with warm water. I love these dry mats. I buy them usually at Hobby Lobby whenever they're having a sale, usually like 40 or 50% off, and I'll pick up like 2 or 3 of them, and I paid like maybe like $3 for them. And they come in handy whenever you're gonna dry your jars overnight, or even whenever you're putting your goods inside your jars, so it won't harm your surface. Okay, so lids. I'm just gonna use some soapy water. I'm not putting in vinegar inside of it, because I find that whenever you're cleaning your lids, they tend to rust very quickly. So get yourself some warm water, get your rim. Make sure you inspect it as well. Make sure that there's no dents, because this is what covers the lid, and this is what ensures that your lid will also get a correct seal. So you want to make sure that these lids are properly, that they are not dented. You also want to inspect inside and make sure that there is no rust inside. I just went through a bunch of them and I had to throw a lot of them away because it had rust inside. So this is all I'm doing, just doing this. Very, very simple. Inspecting as I go, making sure that nothing's dented, everything is nice and circular, ensuring that there's no rust. I tend to do this before and after I have canned something, because sometimes some of your food will have a little bit of spillage as it's processing, and it'll get onto your rings. And just to make sure that your rings are properly taken care of, so you won't have to go out and buy more, I wash them. I wash them and then I dry them and put them away. So they're all nice and washed. And then I'm just gonna put some cool water and just rinse them off. Putting them on my drying mat. So that's done. So I just get another one of my kitchen towels, and then I will dry them all. You don't have to do this step. I do it because I'm just a little overcautious about my jars possibly getting rust. That's all that is, because like I said, it's expensive buying lids, and not lids, but the rings. And you can buy the rings with the lids in a packet, or you can just buy lids by themselves. Now we're gonna do our lids. Lids will be done the same way as you do your rings. These are just the lids by themselves. I went with Kerr. I know there's a new brand out there. Can't remember for the life of me. I think it's SureTight. I haven't tried them yet, but because I just need it on the fly, and it's really easily available at my local big box store, I went ahead and grabbed some. So all I'm gonna do is get 8 from here, and I'm going to wash these. And I'm just gonna put the rest in the box and put them away for when I need more lids. Again, I just use soapy water, warm soapy water, nothing special, no vinegar. When I first started, I used vinegar, water, and soap, and yeah, by the time I knew it, they were a little rusted. And because my good friend Peggy, she's the one that told me about how to properly make sure I'm looking at everything, including here and this band right here, because this is what will keep the suction. Want to make sure you look at it as well. So make sure that there's no cuts, ridges, there's no dents inside of it or on them. Give them a wash. So Peggy is from Page Family Homestead. They're no longer, their page is still up, but they're no longer making content. I miss them very, very much. But she was the one that taught me most of this stuff, besides me looking online and stuff. we would often talk to one another, and I would always be very, very scared about canning because I don't want to get sick. I don't want to get my family sick or friends and family sick because I didn't do the proper canning. All right, so now let the water out. I'm gonna start rinsing these. And with my same dish towel, I'm just gonna dry and place them on my drying mat. I'll be canning tomorrow, and I want to make sure I like to do all this, prep this the night before, so I won't feel overwhelmed and also exhausted, because canning is a long process. I hope you learned something today, and I hope that it is to your liking. I mean, I know it's a little bit of a lot of stuff, but if you want to ensure that you have a proper seal, a proper making sure that your food doesn't go bad because of bacteria, I would do those steps. Do your own research. This is what I've been taught. This is what I've learned. This is what I've absorbed over the years. I'm not a canning expert at all. My thing is canning salsa and jams. I haven't hit that, what is it called, pressure canning just yet. Still too scared, but one day I'll get there. Well, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you learned something, and until next time, bye.
Watch it.